Am I the asshole for hiring someone to test my boyfriend's loyalty? I, 22 female, have been dating Nathan, 23 male, for almost 2 years. We met in college and instantly clicked, but after graduation, we ended up in a long-distance relationship. I moved for work, and he stayed behind to continue his fitness training business. We always said we'd make it work, but over time, the distance started feeling unbearable, and I couldn't shake this nagging feeling that something was off. It started with small things. He was texting me less, our video calls became shorter, and he seemed distracted whenever we talked. He also started posting a lot more on his fitness Instagram, constantly engaging with female clients and workout buddies. I wasn't trying to be the jealous girlfriend, but when I saw him liking and commenting on multiple girls' posts, especially ones who clearly looked interested in him, I couldn't ignore it. My gut told me something was wrong. I confided in my best friend, who suggested I do a loyalty test. At first, I laughed it off, but the more I thought about it, the more it seemed like a good idea. I didn't want to be the crazy, paranoid girlfriend, but I also didn't want to be played for a fool. So, I found a girl online, Jessica, 21 female, and offered her $50 to flirt with Nathan and see if he took the bait. I told myself it wasn't about catching him. It was about getting peace of mind. Jessica did her job well. She messaged me a few days later, saying Nathan not only flirted back, but took her out to dinner and eventually hooked up with her. My stomach dropped. I had suspected it, but hearing it confirmed broke my heart. I confronted Nathan immediately, expecting him to either confess or get defensive. "Are you ready to be honest and tell me that you cheated on me?" I demanded, my voice trembling with anger and hurt. He looked confused, his brows furrowing.
What? We haven't even talked about this yet. I didn't cheat on you.
"I know that you did," I insisted, crossing my arms tightly as if to hold myself together.
How do you know this?
He asked, frustration flickering in his eyes. "Because the girl you cheated with? I paid her $50 to hit on you." My breath came out shaky, my heart pounding. His expression turned to shock.
Why would you pay a girl to talk to me? That's some crazy stuff.
"You were giving off horrible energy," I shot back, my chest tightening. But I had a series of events leading up to that.
Oh my gosh.
Nathan sighed, rubbing his temples. "All the girls at the gym," I started.
You're not at the gym, so how can you...
Nathan interrupted me, his voice rising defensively.
I'm a trainer.
His tone firm but controlled.
I have a fitness Instagram, so when I see other people in the fitness space, I engage with their posts. It's for work.
"Yeah, innocent flirting that helped you get clients," I scoffed. But even as I said it, I felt a twinge of doubt creep in.
What is respectful in a relationship is trust.
He said, his voice quieter now but filled with hurt.
And that doesn't include paying someone to see if I would cheat.
"But it happened," I shot back, my stomach twisting.
Not true.
He insisted, his jaw tightening.
I went out with her, yes, but it wasn't a date. We worked out and we got food because it was right across the street.
"That's not what she told me," I said, shaking my head, my throat constricting.
That's what I'm telling you.
Nathan said, exasperated.
We didn't hook up.
"So, you're saying she's lying?" My voice was barely above a whisper now.
Yes,
He nodded.
she's lying.
I hesitated before pulling up a video call with Jessica. My palms were clammy as I tapped the screen. "Jessica, can you tell him what you told me?" Jessica hesitated before saying,
I pretty much told her that you took me to a really fancy restaurant, and afterward, we went back to my place and hooked up.
Nathan's face darkened.
That's not true.
Jessica hesitated before finally admitting,
I lied.
I felt my breath hitch. "What?" My vision blurred for a second as my mind reeled.
I didn't think she deserved you.
Jessica confessed, her voice casual, as if she hadn't just shattered everything.
I thought maybe I had a chance.
"Oh my God," I whispered, nausea bubbling in my stomach. Nathan turned to me, his expression unreadable.
What have I been saying this whole time?
I felt my face burn with embarrassment and regret. "I'm sorry for doing that and making it go this far instead of just talking to you about it." My voice cracked, my confidence crumbling. Nathan sighed, running a hand over his face.
I was working a lot. That doesn't mean I was cheating on you.
I nodded, my throat tightening with guilt. I really am sorry. He sighed again, this time heavier.
I appreciate your apology, but trust is important.
After a long conversation, he told me he still loved me but needed time to process everything. His voice was calm, but I could see the hurt in his eyes, and that stung more than anything. I wanted to rewind time, to go back to, before I let my fears spiral into something so reckless.
I just don't get it, Emily. Why didn't you just talk to me?
He asked, shaking his head, his disappointment palpable. I swallowed hard, my throat dry, my hands clenched into fists against my thighs. I thought I was protecting myself. I didn't want to be blindsided if you were seeing someone else,
But I wasn't.
he said quietly, his voice filled with an aching sadness.
And now I have to live with the fact that you didn't trust me enough to believe that.
His words hit me like a punch to the gut, the weight of my mistake pressing down on me. How had I let myself go this far? Had I ever really given him the benefit of the doubt? Or had I let my insecurities create a reality that didn't exist? I missed him already. The way we used to be. The way I used to feel safe with him. But now he was distant, not in miles, but in the way he looked at me. Like he wasn't sure if we could ever get back to what we were before. And maybe for the first time, I wasn't sure either. Now, I'm sitting here, wondering if I was completely in the wrong. Am I the asshole for hiring someone to test my boyfriend's loyalty?